Yes, guys. So our guest is in studio. Oh my God, she is amazing. She is so beautiful. She is the former Miss Kenya USA, none other than Angelou and Boy. Yeah.
Hi, ladies.
Welcome.
So good.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm wearing Made in Kenya, baby. Made in
Yeah, I
Kenya.
love how
Yes.
you do your African look.
Always. Gotta
Yeah.
represent.
Amazing.
Awesome.
So as we start off, tell us winning the Mrs. USA Africa.
Miss
Kenya. Miss Kenya USA.
Kenya USA.
Yeah, so
Kenya
there's
USA.
Miss Kenya USA,
Uh-huh.
and then there's also Miss Africa USA. So as a finalist in Miss Africa USA, won the title of Miss Culture for having the best representation of my country through my sense of fashion.
Yeah,
Yes,
amazing.
No doubt.
So what opportunities did you get after winning this?
So basically, as a queen, you're a servant of your community. That's your primary duty. And so basically, I went on to just be an ambassador, a youth ambassador, a cultural ambassador in the U.S. while I was still there, attending a lot of events that celebrate Kenya. So whether it be Mashujaa Day or any of the major marathons, New York Marathon, Boston Marathon. So yeah, you have an opportunity to give back as well. So back in Kenya, I came back to Kenya and I had a lot of different projects I was collaborating with the local queens. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you
And
grew
then
up
you
here
stayed.
or
I grew up in the U.S. Yeah, I was raised out there.
And then you stayed, Wambui. You didn't, Angela. You ended up just coming and staying. What was
Yes.
that about? I'm sure
Yes.
there's a reason why.
So yeah, like they say, East West, home is best.
Yeah.
And basically, I was coming for my cousin's wedding. I was a bridesmaid in her wedding. So I came to Nairobi, and I missed my flight going back. And so then I was like, okay, let me extend my flight a little bit. And then I just kept extending, and boom. I believe that God had other plans. So one thing led to another, and I got an opportunity to audition for radio and landed a radio job. Yeah.
Amazing. Tell us about that.
So I'm currently a radio news anchor. That's my day job. And it's really fun. It's something I never pictured myself doing, but it's taught me so much about my country, Kenya, my culture, my heritage, why things are the way they are. But news, it's very deep, and sometimes it can be emotionally draining because every day we're reporting about tragedy or mishaps. But as a news anchor, I really try and emphasize, talking about the good things that are happening in our country. I know there's a lot of bad, but there's still, rays of hope.
Yeah.
So you'd say that radio is your day job. What other jobs are there when you are not on radio?
A lady of many hats.
Sure.
So, like anyone in entertainment, you always have a lot of your side hustles. So I do a lot in fashion. So I'm a fashion entrepreneur. I do design a lot of pieces for people. I also run an organization called Sister Speaks with two of my friends, Angela and Monica. Basically, it's an organization that focuses on women's development, holistically, from career to personal. And we also have an initiative called Heels for Pads, which we've been pushing this week. It's six months old now. And basically, it's an initiative where ladies bring us pads, sanitary napkins, and we give the ladies heels in exchange. So basically, that's the incentive to basically empower women. Two groups of women, the university student that might not be able to afford a pair of heels, spending $1,500 when you're in college seems like a lot. But also the girl that purchases those shoes with pads empowers another young lady that may not be able to afford or have access to sanitary napkins. So that's another major project that I'm working on.
Awesome. So, where does your family live? And how do they have they supported you so far, and how has been their support?
So majority of my family lives in Seattle, Washington. But I have my mom who travels back and forth, and my sister who followed me when she saw me living the good life in Kenya. She was like, "Let me follow her and see what's popping in Nairobi." So. Thank God for technology and things like WhatsApp and Facebook and Instagram. At least I can keep up with my family abroad.
And the support in your career, like being a radio presenter and your fashion and all that. Yeah.
My support system are really my colleagues. I'm surrounded by amazing colleagues, amazing friends, and I believe, you must always surround yourself with replenishing relationships, because anything you do in life can be draining and exhausting, especially when you're constantly pouring yourself out there. So.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to ask, is it hard to maintain your natural hair, or you have those the good hairs?
Oh, the good hair
Yes,
conversation.
Manure, not the normal
Girl,
hairs.
As a black woman, as an African woman, yes, your hair is a full-time job. You know, you have to have your hair days. But you know, thank God for Google. You can research protective styles and things you can do to keep you, you know, go for a whole week without having to touch your hair. But yeah, it is another job, you know, like the hair stories of black women, whether it's weaves, wigs, afro, whatever. We all have very different hair, very different curl patterns, and you just have to do your research.
On your personal. There's a lot of talent that is in Kenya, and there's a lot of nurturing that goes on here.
Yes.
And you having lived in the States and currently in Kenya now, how would you say it's different? Is it the differences or the common things that actually are in the States and are in Kenya?
I actually haven't had an opportunity to go to school in Kenya, so I wouldn't know, you know, per se from the, you know, direct classroom experience. But yeah, I do agree there is immense untapped talent in Kenya. And I think with the government switching to the CBC curriculum, it's going to help us discover, you know, talent at a younger age, and also give kids the opportunity to have a say in what they believe their personal strengths are. You know, because each child is gifted. So sometimes when we put too much emphasis on one major exam and people feel like, oh, if I fail or if I pass this exam, it's be all end all. But that's not necessarily the case. There's different geniuses. There might be someone that's really artistically genius, an athletic genius. But when you give a child the platform and the space to practice their strength, they really flourish. And so I would say in the US, having been there, from a young age, you're able to excel in what you feel you're strong at. So by the time you're reaching class 6, you can choose. Do I want to emphasize more in technology, or do I want to emphasize more in music? And so when you go to the music side, you just get more and more classes that gear you towards that.
And then, Angela, you've taken the entertainment industry in so many different directions. You MC events, you host them as well as then you went into TV for a period of time. What's your niche? Where do you feel that your actual niche is? And what has it been like just basically being in so many different, or dabbling in so many different areas of the industry?
I think my journey in entertainment, I mean, number one, it began in Kenya, so I'm always just so grateful to be in Nairobi, a place that I feel like has helped me blossom as an artist, because I always wanted to be a biology teacher, actually. I love science. I love science. So actually, teaching is my first love. That's what I always wanted to do. But like I said, God had other plans. So I think my journey is very diverse, like you said. I do a lot of event emceeing, primarily in the fashion realm. I've done a lot with weddings, from, you know, hosting TV shows to do with weddings, to actually hosting fashion shows and working with a lot of bridal designers. And by the way, Kenya has some amazing bridal designers. But I really love it because you get to interact, not just present, but you get to interact a lot with your viewers, your followers. So my niche, I think my niche is definitely fashion. That's definitely my niche. So
amazing. So we always have a segment, we play a couple of games. So guys, right about now, game spots. Yes, today we're gonna be playing ABCs of snacks. So yes, venye tunachezanga ya machakula na matunda, so today it's ABCs of snacks. So I'm grateful for zinaitanga nini? Kuna snack inazo na apple ni snack.
it is a healthy one.
For appetizers.
Is a burger a snack or a whole meal?
I think we just go with fad foods, you know.
I think biscuits.
Biscuits are snacks.
My snack, I love pizza.
Okay, so
It has
the
no
alphabet.
ABC, A, B, C,
Oh.
D. Yeah.
Now C.
Oh, so C. Coconut.
Yeah.
Coconut. There we go.
I was busy thinking about your food. I was thinking about D, donuts.
Yuck, eggs. Boiled ones.
Okay. Yeah, boiled ones.
Yeah, it's a snack. It's a healthy
Shubari.
snack.
Like fish fingers.
Tumeja tu kwenye food. I don't think this is snacks. They're like just
Fingers are snacks, they're not a meal.
till they can only be a snack.
That's true. That's true.
Oh my God. A B C D E F G. Ground nuts.
Yes,
That's a good one. And they're healthy.
Yeah.
H, hot dog. You know? Yes, hot dog.
Hey guys, why is Indigo coming to me? Like Indigo is a cut. Indomie, thank you. You're making me
I J.
J.
Girl, I'm a snack, Jackie.
I love it. Get it, girl.
Okay,
She's a whole snack.
we let it slide. We let it slide. It's okay.
Okay, Kelly's not.
Who's going to donate a snack for me, please?
Kashubari.
Yeah, we're
You
going
know,
to take kachumbari.
Yes.
Kachumbari.
Yeah.
K L. Lasagna di.
No, that's a
Kama ni
meal.
chakula cha-
That's a whole lot of
Lemonade or something.
a lollipop.
A lollipop. Oh my God.
M.
My goodness. Mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
N.
Noodles. No. Oh God.
Dang good.
Nuts, Nazi.
Oh, nuts. There we go.
Yeah.
N O.
Oh. All the best.
All the best.
Oh.
Oreo.
Oreos. Yeah,
Yes.
Oreos.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
O-P.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Seriously, Q.
Yeah.
Quail eggs.
You said that last time we're talking about food, by the way.
I'm a quencher.
Our Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
God. After Arni Nani.
QRS.
Sandwich. Hey, kush. Hewa biri. Beg tea.
Very deep.
Tea.
Tea people. Tea.
S-T-U.
You.
Hey.
Unicorn.
Because those are the only two things that come from that side. I'm realizing unicorn.
Snacks.
You.
Like in you.
Someone donate.
Ugali.
Alone.
Ugali, the one I don't know they
Yeah. Ugali with milk.
It's a meal or it has something else. It's a
It's a snack to the Lias out there.
Oh my God. V.
What is it? Detox.
Alas. I'm like,
It's a hard
Tinuga
one.
lakini kuliwangu. Viazi karai.
That's what's up.
WW. Oh, why am I blanking?
Waffles.
Walnuts and waffles.
waffles.
Oh, I love waffles. We're gonna go with waffles. Yes.
Xenophobia.
It's not even funny, baby.
Somebody help me from the gallery.
Salmon.
Salmon.
That's a set.
That's a fat line.
Or extra.
Extra
cheese. Extra.
On the pizza that was mentioned on the other end.
You know, check up X.
Why?
Why?
No need all the best.
But yums.
Yogurt.
Oh, yogurt and yums. Yeah. Zed.
Zitos.
Zesta.
Hey, yes, okay, fine. We'll go with all of them combined.
Oh my God.
Hey, we've
Yeah,
gotten to
that was
Z,
a
man.
challenge.
It
Yeah,
was.
it was a challenge.
But we
Yeah,
tried
it
in
was.
some.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Like ugali is a
Extra.
snack on its
Extra
own.
extra.
Extra cheese on pizza.
Anyway, guys, we got some treats for you too. So for our super fans, we have a double treat for you guys. And Switch TV is giving away tickets to watch Charlie's Angels this weekend, the 16th of November at Anga Panari. For a chance to win, follow Switch TV pages on Facebook, Instagram, na pia kwenye Twitter for more details. And remember, guys, if you watch movies at Anga IMAX, Anga Sky, and Anga Diamond every Tuesday, you'll enjoy 50% off P for popcorn. All sizes. P mlisema nini kwanza?
Popcorn.
Yeah, she said
Popcorns.
popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, we're gonna take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Msiende popote.
Yes, guys, welcome back. So, as you all know, Angela is still in the building. And so, Angela, you're a pageant coach. Tell us about that.
Yes. So basically, it's like, once you've had the crown and the glory, it's always good to, give back and mentor others. So now I really spend a lot of my time mentoring other aspiring pageant queens. So, there's a lot that goes into pageantry aside from the catwalk. There's a lot of Q&A. Learning the art of answering questions, because when you're doing Q&A, that's when a lot of people just break under pressure. And there's no right or wrong way to answer a question, but it's all about your delivery. It's all about, judges are looking at presence, poise, and really showing your personality on stage. So you only have a very, very short amount of time to do that. Of course, we focus on eloquence and having the confidence. And at the end of the day, knowing why, what is your motivation for getting this crown? What community or what issue do you want to amplify once you have this title? Because at the end of the day, like I said, you're meant to be a servant of your community. So, so that's what I do. So any girls out there that are aspiring to be a future Miss whoever, let me know, and I'll be glad to give you some insight.
That's amazing. So I think that, first of all, I think the pageant one has changed. A lot of people had this thing of, they imagined that it was in terms of there's a difference between models on the runway and that. Like most people see Wambui, you're not my height, but then you're still able to do a pageant. Tell people about some of the differences between, or how girls are more cardi these days. And they would be afraid to try out for a pageant because they might think they have hips. Tell people about the differences or how it is that you're able to actually pursue doing a pageant with everything you have working for yourself.
So basically there's tons of different pageants for different girls. Not everyone has to be, 6 foot high. So different pageants have different requirements. Some focus more on the beauty aspect. Others focus more on community service. Then you have specialized pageants. We actually have Miss Plus Kenya.
Yeah, we do.
So it's a pageant designed to celebrate the full-figured woman. We have Miss Earth Kenya, we have Miss Tourism, there's Miss World Kenya, Miss Universe. So there's so many different branches of pageantry. So really do your research and understand what represents you the best. For me, it was Miss Kenya USA because it represents my 2 cultural experiences. Sorry, what else did you ask me? I'm just like, I just talked a lot. I just blinked.
Question is still on the same. What are some of the challenges that we face as a country when it comes to beauty pageants?
I think something that I find like individual, contestants sometimes struggling with is being able to take it to the next level. So you might have someone that has won a title locally, but now progressing on to like the international final sometimes is not easy because it takes money at the end of the day, and not every single organization has the backing or the financial support that they need to take their contestant to the global stage. So I would say that's one of our biggest, problems that I notice with a lot of our contestants. Also understanding, like Noni, you were asking, what's the difference between high fashion runway and pageantry? So if you're a pageant queen, you're not necessarily, a high fashion model as well. So again, like I said, the different requirements and the emphasis. That's what I would say is one of the biggest struggles.
And I wanted to ask you, you said fashion is your niche, right? So you being in the States and being here at home, and you are all about Africa, and you're representing your people. How do you find like we Africans, we Kenyans, or the Africans or in States like take our fashion wear? Do we appreciate it, or are we more of we want the Versace and the Gucci in there?
I find it's very opposite. It's very opposite. I find human nature, you always want what you don't have.
So true.
So like when I landed in Kenya, I used to be extra, like too Kenyan. Literally, I used to rock my hair in Kenyan colors. So literally, I was going on with the black, red, green, and white hair on a regular day basis, not for any special occasion. So people in town would be looking at me like, "Is this girl crazy or she?" But I find usually when you're a diasporan and you're out there, you're celebrating home so loud. And Kenya is loved worldwide, and I've always said that my Kenyan accent, not the accent of the tongue, but there's always something special that people see about you, and they're like, "Where are you from?" And they're like, "Kenya." They're like, "Kenya." So Kenya is celebrated worldwide. So I find when people are out there, they embrace more of, home culture, tradition, being identified as Kenyan. Here though, it's different. I say Nairobi has the best knockoffs. So you could go find fake, Versace, whatever you want, you could find it in the CBD. But I really love the fact, it's amazing actually. But I really love the fact that Kenya in 2019, the current state of fashion, I do believe like we are beginning to celebrate our own and understanding like when you see a Kenyan design, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a loud Ankara piece, but we have a lot of designers out there that are making everyday, office wear things. You would just think you could find this in America, UK, wherever. So we're understanding ourselves and embracing our own identity and realizing that we as Kenyans don't have to be put into a box. Being Kenyan doesn't mean you're only one thing, It's many things. And I think in the fashion space, we're understanding that and we're celebrating that.
Yeah. So we have someone here. His name is Matthew. He says, "Wow, tell her she's so cute. Please ask her, is she dating? Does she have a boyfriend? Is she dating?"
Hey, Matthew. Thank you for the love, first of all. And I am single. I'm back on the market. Yeah. So
Back.
Yes, I'm like, whoa. When she told me, she said she's as single as a Pringle. I laughed. I was finished. So yeah, we're just putting it out there.
Just waiting on God's timing though.
Yes,
amen. Yeah.
Amazing. So where can guys actually find you? Where can
thank
Matthew?
Follow-up questions.
Yeah.
Sliding the DM key.
Oh Lord.
Matthew, we got you.
Ladies, I don't know how you feel about DMs. You be getting funny messages?
No, yes, Lord.
Don't even.
I know we can sit here and talk about it.
That's a topic.
All day.
Like guys that just write hi. I'm like, what do you want me to say to that?
Then your business.
1 year later, hi.
Right.
Yeah. Then when we check their likes, do last year, they're just there, hi, hey, hi.
Yeah, others
How
start
are you?
abusing you because you never said hi back.
All the
You're like,
time.
hi, state your business. Nobody
State
got
your
time to be
business.
saying hi all the time.
Right.
Yeah, state your business. I like that.
In
State your
dollars.
business and
State
run.
it. Yes. Then I'll decide. Come on, there's a jibu, but hi no.
Yeah, state your
But you
business
can't
and
to sing in hi.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for yourself, darling? What do you want to do with, you're so talented in many ways, but what do you see for yourself in your future?
Wow, in the future, I'm literally taking everything day by day. I would say definitely God's blessing to me in 2019 is meeting my fellow partners, Angela and Monica, and we were able to start a fabulous company called Sister Speak. So I think that will definitely be a focus, and that's something that we'll leap into 2020 with. And I want to see it grow, and I want to be able to inspire other young women, other women that may have had their valleys, but just remind them you don't have to stay there, Find a group of sisters that will be your accountability partners and help them, push you in whatever it is. It's never too late to start over or start afresh or even change your path. So that is the future, the recent future for now.
And you didn't tell us where we are going to find you. Yeah, they are going to find you.
I was trying to,
the business people,
Even the show,
the
what
ones
time
who
should
want
they
to be
tune in
mentored.
or whatever,
Yes, so if you'd like to find me, you can follow me on Instagram at kq.kenyanqueen. So KQ is my nickname. KQ stands for Kenyan Queen. And yeah, so, whether it's fashion related, you want advice about anything in any of my career paths, I'm more than happy to answer your questions.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. I had so much fun on the chat spot.
Thank you for coming through.
We're always happy to have girls on board, and we're so supportive
Yeah.
of each other in many ways. So big up, thanks for coming.
So guys, you know where to find her? Mathayo?
Yeah.
You know where to go.
Mathayo uko na
Where to
Mathayo
follow.
moja tatu nne Mathayo 10 so sema zote.
I'm telling you, you know where to go and state your business. So guys, it's about that time. We're gonna wrap up. We'll see you guys on Monday, same time, same place. Keep it locked. Au wenye tunaona kwenye movie. But maybe weekend or next weekend.
Okay, Kush,
why am I
weekend.
rushing? No, it's this weekend.
It is this weekend.
Yeah,
It
Charlie's
is.
Angel.
It is
Charlie's
this
Angel,
weekend.
yes.
Tupataneni huko. So
Yeah.
bye. Or repeat ni 10:30.
Adios.
Bye,
What's up,
guys.
Pop?